because buying a URL, buying a website might only cost you $2 to like $12 a month. So that's a price scale that everyone's like, oh, it's easy. But what it actually does, and is that bringing you an income, a return on your investment during that period, is kind of the big factor. And that's where a lot of the SEO factors come in, because if you are going to start developing your own website, or even just keeping track of your own website, it's not dissimilar from social media. It doesn't need as much keep up on it, but you do want to go in there on a monthly basis to kind of make sure certain things are up to date, especially because they are constantly changing SEO on a regular basis. Highlight the points of what are the main things that you're providing as opposed to your competitors. I'm trying to think if there was something else that I had in mind. When you get into the big cities, if you just say Philadelphia, now it's all right, well, that's a big city. You're talking about 8 million people, 9 million people type of thing that you're reaching out. You want to put in single family homes. You want to put in single first-time homeowners or people moving out because they need to clean their properties.
Yeah,
like those are those type of aspects where here's people who want to buy it and they'll be able to throw out $500, $600, $700 on one job, because that's not the weekly. If you're buying a piece of jewelry and you're just buying it from wherever kind of thing. Those are little aspects. The local guide service is also limited to which businesses can use it. So there's a whole list, and I'm trying to remember, there's about, we're around 75, 100 businesses where the local ad services works.
Yeah.
And so it's something where it's good to get in, but it works so far. It seems to work better with e-commerce type of development. So if you had something where someone wanted to purchase right online, right then and there, go for it, but realize what are they buying? Because they might say, yeah, if you're basing your price off of square footage, they're going to say, yeah, no, this is only a 10-foot square room. You just clean the whole thing. So it's like it becomes difficult in those type of situations. I think we gave Jerry here like an 8 or 9 page summary of what it is, but I've got a whole other 96 page thing of all the little details. So you can go through all those little details independently, knowing what the error is. Most of what you should be able to find, you should be able to figure out on your website what it's doing wrong, but at the same time, how much effort do you have in that? And again, it depends on the size of the business and the size of the company. For Jerry's type of thing, like again, if we're just hitting, let's say, Mercer County and Burlington County,
that's easier.
We're a little easier. We can sit there and say, okay, now we're going to isolate, we're going to go township by township, break this down to make sure your service areas. It might take me 10, 20 hours a month for something of that scale, just to once it's formatted. After that, after like the first 3 months, we can get it down to like maybe 4 hours a month. But if he wants to go after, you might as well be paying somebody else, because if you're doing that out of your own job and doing that actual work, you're not having
time is boggling.
So a lot of those things will come up where, for me, I always recommend have someone look it over. We can go through the review, and if you gave me a 96-page review, I'm like, look, I'll sit down with you a couple hours each month to do this, but it's going to take us a year before we actually make any headway, and that's the organic part of it.
Right.
It's going to take time, and that's fine. Good to review your website. Good to keep up on things, even if you're not changing a lot of aspects about your website. Go in there from time to time, maybe just change the wording. It doesn't have to be overly complicated, but just kind of put those things in. If you're getting a lot of questions asked to you on a regular in-person basis with your customers and clients, throw those on your website, because those are things that, yes, they're asking you directly,